And you know, it's still a new week, that same hustle, but that different type of money coming in. But I got a special guest with me, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the world before I tell the world how I met you.
Well, good morning. It's early.
It's very
my
early.
name is the MarieEffect.
Shout out to Miss Marie, man. So first of all, how did you get the Marie effect? Like, because I know your name is Marie first, right?
Yeah, well, my middle name is Marie.
Okay.
Yeah. The effect kind of found me. I
Okay.
don't know. It's something. It was an observation, and if I had to name myself anything, it would be definitely the Marie effect.
I like it. I like it. It's like you used to be a model or something. Did you used to be a model?
Yeah, I used to model. I still model.
Okay, I could see that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
little
But we met. I think I did. I was in town. I was doing a love and hip hop event with. I forgot what club it was, but anyway, my
Miami?
partners. It was Miami Lounge, and I met you. There was it Cena and the Juicy Chick.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Cena was there.
yeah, we did whatever.
Cena
So
Bina. Hi, Cena.
so are you from Atlanta first and foremost?
No, I'm from New Jersey.
You from New Jersey?
Mhm.
Okay, I thought you were from Cali or somewhere. I don't know why.
I don't know. I get that a lot.
You give me Cali vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. Never been to Cali, but you give me Cali vibes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But coming from New Jersey to Atlanta, I guess you being first of all, are you a singer or a rapper? Or
Both. Artist. I'm an artist.
Okay, so
yeah.
what's your go-to?
What's my go-to?
Like if I had 2 minutes of your time, what would you say? I'm more of a singer or more of an artist?
It's like a swag. It's in between.
I like that. So you got the shades on, so it must mean it was a long night last night, right?
Well, yeah. Well,
Is it
yeah. I was in it. No, I
shades and
actually had an
Advil?
interview last night, late,
Okay.
kind of late, and then I was in the studio till like 3. And to be honest with you, I'm just making sure that my skin is really good. And on the weekends and when I don't have shows, I try not to put makeup on.
That's
so,
real.
Honey, I'm still beautiful. But, I ain't got my lashes done right now, so I got the shades on.
So being in Atlanta, which I think is the mecca of independence, in the artists, what's the hardest thing and what's the easiest thing for you in being in Atlanta? When you do come here, rather.
When I come here, as far as like music.
I guess as far as your
I
artistry.
mean, the hardest thing is to find people that are really about their shit.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
the hardest thing is to find people that, aren't going to lie to you. That's
Right.
really the hardest
cap
thing.
game is
Yeah,
real,
it's
yeah.
super, super real. The easiest thing is, when you do start moving fluidly in Atlanta, people, it seems like it trickles off. Like, I don't know if you get into this vortex of like, good things happening. Maybe that's just my experience. But it seems like once you start getting into the flow, it can be, it could be a good experience.
True enough. And I like to ask female artists that because I know for y'all to go in the studio, it can be a whole lot from, especially like, I don't know if your manager's not with you, if whoever's not with you.
Oh, yeah.
It can
Well,
be a lot
before I
for
had management, it was definitely, it's you.
It's a battle.
It can be, but
Yeah.
you just have to know what you're there for. Stay focused,
Yeah.
and like I just stressed, because this is just from a learning experience. Like, make sure you have your paperwork. That'll weed out all of the bullshit too. Because if you walk in like, we doing split sheets, and they're like, well, no, don't worry about it. Then don't worry about working with them.
So you
period.
definitely seem like a season. Like those don't sound like you just started last year, basically.
No, I didn't start last year, but I'm also a sponge. So even if I'm not seasoned all the way, I definitely I'm in the kitchen, understanding. I'm around a lot of people that got some knowledge, and I definitely, I listen a lot.
So I'm glad you said that. So from being around people that may have a lot of knowledge, who you think that told you to your face was your biggest influence to keep going? That you can think of right now, that you can remember. Who influenced the Marie effect to keep going with this shit every day?
My grandma.
That's real.
Yeah, my
That's
grandma.
real.
She started me off early. My parents were very like, go to work, get an education.
Right.
The
traditional shit.
Yeah,
right.
they were very. They still are.
Right.
And
you
so,
can't knock them for that though.
My grandma started me modeling when I was a little kid. She used to take me to New York and do auditions. So I think that started off that fire, and then. To be honest with you, I'm a little like opposite than the rest of the world, I guess. Is like when I fail or when I feel like somebody tells me I just I can't do something, that is more like my motivation towards like, man, what you talking about? I can do whatever the fuck I want to.
Right. That's real. So how long have you been doing this? That you can count for how long have you been taking it serious?
Well, it's always been serious, but I have only been exposing myself for about 5 years.
Why?
Yeah.
What was you waiting?
Because I'm a perfectionist, and because I think I did really well with modeling. Like I had a level of the way my photos or the way my appearances were. So when I did music, you have to invest in yourself a lot with music.
True.
Modeling is a little different. You show up and they make you look all fancy and shit. And you might have the hoopty outside. But you don't look. So I wanted to keep with the aesthetics of professionally how I felt like I looked. And I wanted time to grow. Being an artist, there's a lot. When you're out in front of people, you're letting them judge you. And you're an artist and you're a little sensitive. I know I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I wanted to make sure that I was ready, and then I had the right people around me, because that's really what it all is. That's, I've tried. I've been ready before in my mind. But I'm glad, in hindsight, that I kind of waited until I had the right, mindset and the right people around.
So representation is very important.
It's relationships.
Okay.
So
I like that.
relationships are very important, and so if the person is that's representing you has great relationships, and has a great reputation, as far as not necessarily, making things, or being this somebody everybody knows, but if the person that they are linking you to has a good rapport with them, then
that makes a lot of sense. And
it's relationships.
And I think a lot of people lose that because they think their talent should be number one, or their music is better than her or his. And a lot of people lose that business is before talent. Politics is always going to be before the game. You know what I'm saying? And I think also, being an actress or a singer or a model, you got so many different avenues, and people can pull you this way, but you kind of also got to zoom into exactly what we're going to do with this, like, you know what I mean?
Right, but you also have to know that there's no time like the present, so don't let anybody put you in a box. Because I've had that happen to me for years. Even before I presented myself, it was like, oh, well, I could sing, I could dance, I could act, I could sew, I'm a designer, and they told me, no, you got to pick one thing, and I studied one thing, and now that I'm with the right team, they're like, no, you can do all that shit at the same time.
And you got a good social media presence. You know what I'm saying? So how is that life now? Because I see that, I'm pretty sure people don't get to see you do. They want you maybe to do more interviews. Like, can we see you do more? Like, because I think people like to feel like they can have more access.
Yeah.
Especially fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Your fan could be somebody that you knew for 5 years. They just didn't know how to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's very true.
How important do you think this part of, like, do you think it should come before you?
I think this is really important. To be honest with you, I've had radio interviews. I've been on the show before a couple of years ago, and that helps. It's definitely a difference. And right now, I did a lot of the groundwork. We have the video out. It was distributed through Universal. It's called Perfect Picture.
Okay. So how did you get a video distributed through Universal? Because that's hard.
The right team and the right relationships.
I heard that's like a new trend. Like, a lot of people don't even know that. I don't even know if I should speak, but I heard it's a new trend to get something distributed through a label and still remain independent. Yeah,
well, but the label still has to want to deal with you, because there's, they still have, they have to be marketable, but you also have to represent them. So it's not something that you could just go and do. It's something that they definitely, they fine comb, and like I said, certain relationships. But I don't know. I'm blessed.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it any other way. I've worked hard and I've stayed focused. I manifest everything. I believe 100% that if you think it in your brain and that you don't let any doubt come into that, it's gonna happen.
That's real.
Period. Like, there's no, like, if you want to fly, if you want to jump off this building and fly, now they might not talk about it in the media, or they might put you in a straitjacket afterwards. But I'm telling you, if that's all you think about, you can fly, and I really believe that.
That's real. I like the motivation too, man. And I think withstand that, that also tell people that, kind of just stick with what you believe in. Like, because it's a lot of clout chasing, follow this, follow that. And I think when you stick in your own lane, and you can jump into what's trending, but also just bring people back to the originality. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very important, especially being in Atlanta. I'm in the clubs every weekend.
Yeah, I worked in the club for a little while, and that helped too. But
you worked in the club. Which side of the club you worked in the club?
I did bottle service.
Okay.
I did.
Was you a dancer before?
No.
Okay, that's this is Atlanta. So
I know it's Atlanta. I tell everybody, if I was a dancer, honey, y'all would know. You wouldn't have had to ask that question, okay?
That's funny.
No, I used to do bottle service for a little while, just for a couple of years, and I managed a restaurant for a little while.
Okay.
And that was a restaurant lounge. So I've had my fair share of doing a lot of things in Atlanta.
So what's the fourth quarter looks like for the MarieEffect? What can we expect? Is it more visual, or are we dropping some more music?
Well, I'm super visual. Okay. Like, I feel like that's one thing that I'm really excited about that might separate me from a lot of things, is that I like visuals.
Okay.
You know, maybe it's the modeling, but I love visuals. I like, you know, I don't know if you've checked out the video, if you haven't.
So what can we tell people to go check out right now?
Okay, well, check out everything. I mean, just type in the Marie Effect, but it's on YouTube. It's called Perfect Picture. That's the single that's out right now. It's on all streaming platforms.
We might integrate it into this video, this interview right
Yes.
That's
well, you know, we had that discussion. They're going to mute it out, but y'all can watch it.
Well, we're gonna create a promo clip.
We're gonna bring it out.
We're gonna get a promo clip right for you.
Yeah, but you can find everything. It's the Marie Effect.
But you might have to email Universal and be like, yo, like we might put this clip out. Not you say Atlantic or Universal.
Well, they'll email you.
Okay.
Immediately.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm almost at 500,000 views, honey. We piping up.
So I need to put.
Job.
I gotta put. I do not own rights to this music.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that real though? Do that really work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I had an interview last night, and they played the clip in the commercial before I came, and they got an email. And once the email comes, they have to I get the email, and I have to send off. Yes, it's okay for them to use it. So it happened in 12 hours.
That's why I'm scared of artists that deal with majors, man. I'm scared of artists.
You
that
shouldn't
deal
be
with majors.
scared.
Because it's I've been the early part when I first got started with this part. I used to get muted out on everything. Everything that I post, anything. But this is before I came to this part.
Right.
So that's why I like dealing with independence. But I'm just,
but it's okay. I got plenty of music that you could play. I definitely want to slide you the street record that I got going on called Had To. They servicing Funky's servicing it for me. We got
Funky,
DJ Funky. Thank you for that for sure. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep rooted. And then you played it for me. You know what I'm saying?
I seen that.
You let me rock it in the club. You let me rock in the club with that. So I really appreciate that.
I'm in that same club tonight too. They got Yellow Beezy in town this night.
Okay.
Might have to
do that.
There's gonna be a lot of Dallas, Texas people in town this week tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, you from Texas? Okay,
it's already in your email.
It is.
See my team. You see how that works?
The team working, man. So fourth quarter, are you gonna attack? What's A3C? Are you gonna mess with A3C?
To be honest with you, right now I'm have a tour coming up.
Okay.
I'm gonna be on the road with Ruffins, the 90s back. Oh, God, don't kill me about not knowing there's so much going on. I apologize. But the 90s tour is going to be in Savannah, Georgia. That's October the 12th. I know that's a surefire date. That's the first one that they're going to be doing. And then I got a couple of tour dates. I don't want to mention who it's with, but literally it's happening in on the 27th is when it starts. So just follow me on Instagram.
Shout out to DJ Vito just walked in the building, man.
Shout out. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, so just follow me, keep up with me, and going back to that question, I like these interviews because I think a lot of people, I don't talk on my social media. I'm not one of those people that are in my talking on my thing. I don't know, I'm just not like that. But I like that people get to have this moment because I really do have a personality and people don't get to see that.
You could just put it out one day when they can see that. We're going to see that. You know what I'm saying? But now the fan, and they may like the side of you. They're like, okay, we like this. We thought she was, because a lot of people,
they don't know. They do.
Uptight,
well, I think Atlanta has a big, conglomerate of stuck-up chicks. You pretty, you in a club, I ain't gonna say all of that because they ain't I don't know about they coochie parts. I don't know what they do with them, but I do know that they got a little bit of, a little and I'm not like that. I mean, I'm for sure an asshole.
Right.
But that's the Jersey in me. But I'm really not like that. I'm really down to earth. I'm silly as hell. I'm probably the most craziest out of all my friends.
That's real.
And I'm just about my business. I really don't have no time, to be honest with you. Like, if I obsess about being an artist. I obsess about my artistry. So, when somebody's like, yo, come chill with me, I'm like, what is that? What's that going to do?
It's in you,
Can
not
we
on
paint
you,
while we're doing it?
Right,
I'll chill where, we're going to create. Right. But, just chilling and kicking,
but
I did
that
that
already.
Be
a gimmick to get you there, too, though.
It is, but, if my manager can't come, then you already know what this is.
Yeah, right. Manager got to come.
Yes.
But before we get out here, drop your social media one more time, and also let them know what video that we need to run to YouTube to go watch right now.
Okay, well, all of them.
Okay, all of them.
I definitely have a lot of visuals up, but you can follow me on the MarieEffect. Effect with an E. EFFECT.
The MarieEffect.
And that's everywhere. And I even tweet too.
Okay. Twitter's still
it's still popping.
I think it's actually, I don't think it ever went anywhere.
No, it didn't. But some people, they like the new things and they forget about the past. But I'm loyal. I'm loyal.
I went back to Twitter recently.
I did too. I've been on actively for about a year and a half.
Okay. I just been active.
I tweeted about you just now. now, so
I
you
didn't
see
even
it.
see. Okay, I'm gonna see. We're gonna see that too. We're gonna see that. But before we get out of here, man, the Marie Effect. We can run to YouTube and see what video again.
Perfect picture.
Perfect picture. And shout out to Live Hip Hop Daily, J Black behind the camera. And until next week, we'll be right back. Go look at the video right now, and we're gonna drop it into this interview.
Thank
we out of
you.
here.